gotta dial 911. Some kid's about to get shot. So welcome to Nelson, Nevada. It's an old ghost town, but there's 5 rules you need to know about while you're living here. While you're visiting here. So, because if you don't follow the rules, you can find yourself in a world of trouble with these people. So let me hip you to that in a few minutes. Stray children and teenagers will be shot. Whoa! I think I'm gonna like it here. So one of the most important things you need to know while you're here in Nelson, Nevada is it's not Disneyland. So the kids shouldn't be running around playing. You have to really be careful here. And I'm glad it's not Disneyland. I don't know about you, but Disney's not the kind of place I want to go to anymore. So really, I mean, leave the comments below. How long do you think it is before they have trans Mickey? I believe it's coming anyway. But anyway, just need to know here. That's probably like the number 5 thing to know about being here at Nelson. That's one of the rules you need to know. Okay? All right, there you go. So let's see what they got in here. Think about like how these people lived, you know, back in the 1880s in towns such like this. These old mining towns, silver, gold, harsh conditions. But anyway, it's a beautiful country. This is the typical barn, you know. It's in fairly great shape considering, you know, it's 150 years old, probably, maybe even older than that. So that's where they would have stored horses or whatever.
In 1775 by the Spaniards, and it was actually called El Dorado. It's not until 1859, that's when they discovered gold and silver here, they established a mining camp. And one of the leaders of the camp was named Charles Nelson, and that's why the town actually has his name. But unfortunately he was killed by the Indians, brutally killed by the Indians, and they say his spirit still haunts some of the mines around here.
It's funny how looking at this old phone booth would be considered a relic nowadays. You don't really see a lot of these anymore. check this out. Okay, so the number 4 rule here, rule number 4 for Nelson, Nevada, is due to the overly abundance of stupid people that come and visit this town in the past, you can no longer just walk around. So you got to check in when you come here, because they want to account for everybody that's going to be here in the area. So, you know, just like everything, people ruin everything. So just can't just show up. You got to check in and let them know you're here, so they can keep an eye on you. Don't ruin this beautiful place. All right, let's walk around. Let's see what else this place has to offer. So the number 3 rule for Nelson kind of ties it to the number 2 rule. When you check in at the front office there, or the general store, you got to pay a fee now. So you just can't walk around and, for free. It's like $2 if you're gonna be walking around. I think if you're gonna be filming like I am, it's like a $10 fee. So no more freebies. Rule number 3 is you got to pay. Check out this place. It's gorgeous. Number 2 is if you show up here after hours, because they kind of have business hours, like 8 to 5 or after dark, don't stop, just keep driving, man. I don't want you poking around here in the dark, especially it's dangerous because, you know, they got open mines. You got to be careful of that. There's rattlesnakes, all kinds of things that can do you harm. And this is really kind of private property. These people own this place, so they don't really want you hanging around after hours. So all right, so that was number 2. Stick around, we're going to show you some more. I'm going to give you the number 1 rule when visiting this ghost town, and it's a big one. It's important, so don't go away. You're going to want to know this. Okay. All right, so there's a couple other things you kind of need to know. You know, just things in general. There's a lot of great artifacts here, a lot of old cars, a lot of old machinery. They really don't want you climbing on that stuff, and I kind of think that's why the rule is. You see the rule. Any stray kids will be shot on sight. I know they say that jokingly, but they're kind of trying to make a point here, is that they don't want people destroying this stuff. I mean, this stuff's hundreds of years old. It's been around. It's for our enjoyment, for us to get a snapshot of like what history is like, what it was like to live out here in the West, you know, in the early 1900s or late 1880s. And I will tell you, I visit a lot of ghost towns, and you've probably seen some of these on the channel if you have visited. And it's a shame to see that people go through these places and just kind of destroy them. Thankfully, this one's maintained. I mean, it's owned by the folks that own this property, and they do a good job to keep things under control and keep things maintained, and we appreciate this for your enjoyment. So when you do come here, respect it, man. I always have a rule. Whenever I go to a ghost town, I leave it the same way I found it. Sometimes I even pick up some trash if I see that. So in a sense, I maybe leave it better than when I found it. Anyway, this is great. Love this place. Hope you're enjoying your time. So I don't know if you saw the movie 3,000 Miles from Graceland with Kurt Russell. That was a great movie. Anyway, they filmed it right here. Well, one of the scenes in the movie is where the airplane explodes, whatever. That plane is around here somewhere, and I am going to find it and show it to you. Unfortunately, one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to get down to the mine, but they had some big tour bus here. There's like 50 kids. So the mine tour is booked for today, so I can't get down in the mine. I might have to do another day of that. So for now, you're just gonna have to settle for this. And the airplane. So the airplane they exploded in the movie, actually the remnants are still here on site, and I gotta kind of have it in my sights here, so I'm going to flip the camera around as I approach it. So I believe this is it's just an old Navy fuselage here, but I believe the one that they actually used for the film is right here. So. That's some cool stuff, man. What other channel is going to give you this stuff? Check it out. All right. Hope you're enjoying the plane in the town. I'm going to give you, flip it around here and see here the beauty of this place. I mean, it is spectacular. All right. All right, that's an old Dodge. I couldn't tell you what year it was built. Old Dodge pickup. That is cool. Good stuff. All right. Old California plate, 1956. Imagine the owner back in the 50s living out here in the hot desert, driving around on this thing, part of his day. It's gotta be cool. You know? That ain't no Prius, baby. That's legit. All right, check this out. Old tow truck. That's for when that old pickup truck break down. This is what they send. That's what they send for it. All right, good stuff. Good stuff. Here is an old Chevy. Wow. I'm thinking probably 50s. If you know what year this is, please let me know. Put it in the comments section if you know what year this was and what make it is. I mean, I know it's a Chevy, I just don't know what kind of Chevy it is. You see here, maybe back here. No, any kind of markings have faded off. Not sure what year bus that is, but anyway, here's a couple of old cars. I mean, look at this. This is what I'm talking about. You know, the windshield's smashed. Well, let me tell you something. Nature didn't do that. Some idiot did that. It's a shame, man. It really is a friggin' shame. Anyway, let's see what else I can show you. Oh, the old general store. Let's go there. I haven't showed you that yet. So back, if you were a miner, back in the 1880s, coming down from the hills. Maybe you've been spending all day long in the gold mine or the silver mine. You need to get a beer. Maybe some provisions for the day. You go here to the general store. There she is. Okay. Doesn't really look like it's open for business now, obviously. But this probably, at one point, held all the wares of supplies that a miner might need to get through the day. You know, kind of, he stood out here on the porch after a hard day on the mine, maybe cracked open a beer. This would have been his view. You know, 150 years ago. Spectacular, man. I just love these old ghost towns. I love these old mining towns. They're great. I mean, Nevada's littered with them. If you get a good map or you just do a little bit of research, you can find a lot of good stuff. This is an easy one to find. It's kind of on a, I don't want to say it's on a main road, but you don't have to do any off-roading to get to it. So it's really easy for to get to if you want to spend a day just touring some stuff outside of the Las Vegas Strip, this is perfect. All right, so here we are. We're to the #1 rule to follow while you're here in Nelson, Nevada, this ghost town. And if you're stuck around this long, we appreciate that. Hopefully you will like the video. If you're having a good time, I'm having a good time. So if you're having a good time, hit the like button. And we appreciate you coming out here, you know, every couple weeks when we drop a video and enjoying our adventures. We hope you are. So, okay, so here is the #1 rule to follow while you're here. And this is really for your own protection. Here in this area, they have a thing called the cholla cacti. It's also known as the jumping cactus. Now this thing is so lethal that if you get near it, the needles will actually jump onto your skin and they dig in, man, like a hook. So you don't want to get near these things. So I'm going to show them to you. And here they are. Reason #1. The cholla cacti, also known as the jumping cactus. Scary thing, man. I've seen some videos online that people didn't follow that rule. And they paid a dear price. That'll screw up your Saturday morning, that's for sure. Well, I hope you've enjoyed your journey today here with us on Beers and Frontiers, and that's kind of all we got for you. I mean, we showed you a lot of cool stuff here in Nelson, so if you ever do decide to visit this old ghost town, it's not too far from Las Vegas, probably about 45 minutes to an hour. Just respect the rules and keep your kids on a leash so they don't get shot. But that's all I got for now. Cheers from Beers and Frontiers. So I don't know, kind of getting kind of thirsty seeing that sign, Old Town Bottling Company. You know, after all the adventurizing we did today, I'm ready for a beer. You ready for a beer? Now, Boulder City, which isn't too far away from here, they've got a brewery. They've got a couple places where you can get a beer. So we're going to stop off and see what they have to offer. Hang out, see what we wind up with.